Good afternoon. I welcome all of you to the 2938th lecture of Bangalore Science Forum. I welcome the NES committee who will be here shortly. I welcome Dr. Kamala, Principal of National College Basavangudi. A hearty welcome to Dr. Dinesh of Bangalore Environment Trust. I also welcome Renuka Manjunath Madam, who is here today. Dr. S Anantapadmanabha has served as scientist at the Institute of Wood Science and Technology, Bangalore, from 1964 to 1998. He was responsible for guiding research projects on sandalwood and other forestry species. He has completed 51 years of association with sandalwood species. He is an author of many books on sandalwood and published more than 150 articles both in Indian and international journals. He has received a number of awards for his distinguished work on sandalwood by many organizations. He was consultant to Department of Conservation and Land Management and Forest Products Commission, Government of Western Australia, between 1998 to 2002. At present, he is consultant to Tropical Forestry Services, Western Australia, Green Acre Ventures, Sri Lanka, Sri Sham Holdings, Thailand, and honorary consultant to Karnataka Soaps and Detergents Limited. He is providing valuable guidance to farmers, corporate bodies, and NGOs for promoting sandalwood plantations. A hearty welcome to you, sir.
Thank you for the introduction. I'm sorry, I have only a few students sitting before me. And as the speaker was mentioning me that I worked in sandalwood for about 50 years and produced about 7 PhD students, and most of them are in America now. ಯಾವುದನ್ನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಇದಕ್ಕೆ?
ಇಲ್ಲ ಸ್ವೈಪ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಸರ್, ಇಲ್ಲ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೀಬೋರ್ಡ್.
ಓಕೆ, ಹಿಂದೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟೋಣಲ್ಲ?
ಹಾಂ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಡೌನ್ ಆರೋ.
ರೈಟ್. I have introduced sandalwood to many countries in the world, not only in India. And so far I have developed more than about 2 lakhs hectares of sandalwood plantation in the world. And earlier in Karnataka, many people were telling me that sandalwood cannot be cultivated, it should be grown only in the natural condition. Otherwise you won't get oil at all. And I disproved it. So I made a plantation in 1980 for Karnataka Forest Department and showed them that you can produce oil. And I was a chief technical advisor to World Bank for the forestry research projects. And I gave a number of projects to North India on development of sandalwood, especially to Northeast and also Himachal Pradesh. And many scientists, even including my director, criticized me. Why are you giving money to them? Because sandalwood is not grown naturally there. But they have already produced nurseries and produced number of seedlings. And I told them, yes, they have produced a lot of seedlings and it is definitely it is going to come up everywhere. And earlier in Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, They were telling it is only grown in the South India you get sandalwood, not in other parts. But I try to grow everywhere in India, even up to Northeast, where now a lot of sandalwood is going there. And similarly, I introduced to different countries like Australia, Thailand, Sri Lanka, Costa Rica, Fiji, and other Pacific islands. I have visited more than about 150 countries in the world, traveled to all the places, and introduced sandalwood in that area, and it's going very well. And because of I'm not keeping well now, I'm not traveling, otherwise I should have been outside India at least 10 days in a month. And I never stay in Bangalore for a long time, but I used to stay everywhere. But now, because of my age and also my health problem, I am sticking for a longer period in Karnataka. Coming to sandalwood, there is only one species of sandalwood in India, that is called Santalum album. And this Santalum album species belong to Santalaceae. And in the world, there are about 16 species are there. Out of 16 species, Indian sandalwood is the only sandalwood in the world which gives very efficient sandalwood oil with a high percentage of chemical constituents, and all other sandalwood is not of equal to Indian sandalwood. That's why I call Indian sandalwood as the queen of sandalwood. And I have written one book by name Queen of Sandalwood, that the only Indian sandalwood. And sandalwood has no geographical boundary. It can grow anywhere in the tropical regions. Sandalwood is a heritage tree in India. And we have been using sandalwood for several centuries. And even it is mentioned even in our Mahabharata and Ramayana. And in Mahabharata, Krishna and Balarama, they were going to Kamsa's kingdom. And they saw one lady, one hunchback lady, Kubja lady, carrying some material. And Krishna asked her, "What is that you are carrying?" She said, "I am carrying sandalwood paste to Kamsa every day." Then Krishna took that sandalwood paste and smeared on the body of that Kubja woman, and all of a sudden she became a beautiful woman. So that's also mentioned in our Mahabharata. Similarly, in Ramayana also, when Dasharatha died, Bharata was not in the capital, Rama was in exile, so they wanted to keep the body for some time. And they smeared sandalwood oil on the body, embalming the sandalwood body of the Bharata, and kept Bharata's body, dead body, for about a week. So it is mentioned even in our epic. So we claim that it belongs to India. But recent studies says it may not belong to India. It must have come from either from Australia or from Indonesia. That's according to DNA studies, which I don't believe that. And now it is found naturally in Sri Lanka, India, and Indonesia. In Indonesia, that is in Aine Akbari, during Akbar's period, they have written that sandalwood has come from Indonesia. It may not be true because we are using since a long time. Now I have introduced to other countries, Australia, China, Malaysia, Thailand, Africa, and also in the Hawaii Islands. And they are coming up well. And in Australia, they are producing oil and they are sending back to India. Because in India we have a very short supply of sandalwood oil. Sandalwood oil is having a number of useful properties. That one of the best known wood for carving, because it is having a very close grain and it can be easily carved to make idols. And it is also used in religious purposes in India. And it is also said that sandalwood in India, it is used from cradle to cremation. Even during when the child was born also, they use sandalwood oil. And also when a person dies also, they use sandalwood oil, they burn along with that. And another useful material is attar preparation. Attar, I think most of the Muslims use it. And it is a very powerful fragrant material. And attar cannot be made without sandalwood oil. So sandalwood oil is taken in the receiver, and flour and other essential oil from vegetables, flowers, seeds, leaves, they are distilled over sandalwood oil, and the effervescence is caught by sandalwood oil, forms a new compound. That compound is called the attar. Attar is the base for all fragrance in the world. And India is making almost about 40% of attar, which is supplying to the entire world. That is in one small place called Kanuj in Uttar Pradesh. It is almost like one Basavangadi area. And they produce about 35% of the world perfumes. And the second is fine fragrances, and also used in soaps and detergents. And now it is used in, I think most of the uses in India, in mouth fresheners. Mouth fresheners means pan parag, pan masala, gutka. So without sandalwood oil, you cannot prepare pan masala, pan parag and gutka. And the use of pan parag and pan masala in a limited quantity is very beneficial because sandalwood is there. Whereas gutka, it is not safe because it contains tobacco. Otherwise, it could have been used. And even if you have a mouth problem, sandalwood oil is going to suppress it. And it is now used in a lot of medicines, especially for cancer, which I am going to speak now. The belief is when you burn sandalwood, it promotes peace and spiritual awareness. And also in Hindu culture, we feel when we burn a sandalwood agarbatti, the sins are carried to heaven along with the smoke, so that we are absolutely safe. And another point is that sandalwood opens the third eye. And this has become a big business in Australia. What they do is, they take sandalwood oil in a silk kerchief, inhale it. And after inhaling, they have a big metal gong, they beat it. And when they beat the metal gong, it gives a very good sound. And they say, you close your eyes and concentrate. And before concentrating, they will say, what do you want to see when you close your eyes? And some people say, I want to see my father who is dead about 10 years back. I want to see my grandfather who is dead about 20 years back. So you want to talk to him? Yes. So when you use the sandalwood oil and inhale through silk kerchief and hearing the sound and closing, and you will get absolute clearness in the mind, because that enters the serotonin of the brain, and you have full concentration, and you can still talk to your person who is dead long back. It has been proved now, and this has become a very big business in Australia, and they charge almost about $10 per sitting. And as a medicine, sandalwood, as a paste it can be used, and as an essential oil it can be used, and it is used for different ailments in India. And in China also they are using this product, for various ailments like dysentery, stomachache, gonorrhea. And Unani system, that is the Muslim community who uses the Unani system, they also use the sandalwood oil for different ailments and skin disorders. And it has a variety of medicinal properties. It is antimicrobial, antioxidant, and anti-inflammatory. And it is having, and the leaf and stem are also having antibacterial and antifungal properties. When I went to China, they gave sandalwood tea. Sandalwood, what they do is they dry the sandalwood leaf and make powder, mix along with the sandalwood, along with the tea, and prepare tea without milk and sugar. And that's very tasty. But it's also beneficial because it is active against both gram-positive and gram-negative bacteria. It is extremely useful. And even they make khichdi out of it. And that was my breakfast for about 1 week in China. In Ayurveda, there are 3 energies, that is the Pitta, Vata and Kapha. And when there is an imbalance in this, you get physical and emotional problems you will get. And this is controlled by, if you take sandalwood, this Pitta and Vata is controlled and it is having a soothing effect, which has been proved in Ayurveda also. And in aromatherapy, sandalwood oil is very much used. And it helps in reducing your anxiety and stress. And also it is having a relaxing and soothing effect. And sandalwood paste, it relieves a migraine headache and control temperature and fever. And even to reduce your again, madve, this sandalwood is very useful. So sandalwood powder you can mix with coconut oil and lemon juice and apply on the face. And in the night you can put it, morning you can wash it, and all your skin and other things will go. And also it increases complexion. And this sandalwood oil is called anti-aging material. So you will never become old if you are using this, especially face. No wrinkles will be there and you will be as young as ever. It relieves headache and also temperature. It has anti-cancer properties. See, why I chose this sandalwood for anti-cancer properties? I was operated in 2019 for prostate. And I am diabetic also. And the doctors in the Fortis hospital told me, you are a diabetic patient and also you are having cancer. You have to take anti-cancer injection and even chemotherapy, otherwise you are going to die. Your kidney is going to be affected. Then I told Dr. Patil, who was the oncologist in Apollo Hospital, no sir, I will not take your medicine. I will not take your chemotherapy nor injections. I will be happy with my own chemical. So I started taking sandalwood oil every day. That's in hot water. And after 15 days I went to him. Sir, you please examine me now. There was no cancer in my body. Now I am absolutely free, no cancer at all. And this prompted me to write articles, and this prompted me to go to the literature to find what is the use of sandalwood oil for cancer. And the sandalwood oil is not toxic to anybody. It's a non-toxic material, and it is having inflammatory antibacterial properties. and also it's anti-cancer, anti-diabetic also. What is the mechanism of sandalwood? Sandalwood oil is having two major chemicals, one alpha-centralol and beta-centralol. And these two are responsible for giving fragrance to the oil, and also these are the chemicals which acts against most of the cancer cells and also most of the problems that we have in the body. And it is anti-inflammatory and it's also antimicrobial. And when we give sandalwood oil to a person through orally, it enters the bloodstream. When it enters the bloodstream, it fights along with the white blood cells for all the problems that we have in the body. It is having a chemopreventive agent. So chemoprevention means control of the cancer. And it is having two properties. It is having suppression property, where it suppresses the multiplication of the cancer cells within the body, and also enters the target site where cancer cells are present within the body and attacks them. And no drugs in the world is having the property which can suppress and also retards the growth of the cancer. And there is no drug available in the market. And whereas sandalwood oil is having both the properties. It can suppress and also block the cancer cells to move from the target site. Skin cancer is most common cancer found in most of the tropical countries, and especially in the United States. And this can be prevented by using centralol or sandalwood oil along with 5% of acetone. Oral cancer is one of the most common cancer that we find in most of the patients. And when the doctors notice oral cancer, they say you go for surgery, you go for chemotherapy. When you go for surgery, you are going to spoil your face and you cannot talk correctly and you are going to disfigure in your life period. So, don't try to go for such things. You just apply sandalwood oil on the affected portion. This is the affected portion of the mouth. So you put a drop of sandalwood oil along with the carrier oil, that is the coconut oil, and within 1 month, the cancer disappears from the mouth. So there is no need for going surgery, and there is no need to disfigure your mouth and the face. And also going for, you can avoid chemotherapy. Breast cancer is one of the most common cancer we found in ladies. And for most of the breast cancer people, they advise surgery. You remove the breast. That is one of the cruel things that we are doing in taking of the breast. And there is no need to take out the breast. And I even requested a doctor in the Apollo hospital, before going for surgery, you better treat the patient with this sandalwood oil for about 30 days. And if you find there is no development or there is no suppression of the cancer, then you go for surgery. But they say, no, it is not our business. Because And actually most of the doctors are purchased by the nursing homes. And in the nursing home, most of the administrative people, they say how many patients you brought for chemotherapy, how many patients you brought for surgery, because they want to earn money. And without doing that, if you take just cancer sandalwood oil along with the Vico mercuric cream, you apply on the surface of the breast where this is just red patch is there, and the sandalwood oil enters the breast and clears the cancer cells within the body. That's very easy. And this is how this acts. See, initially in the breast you find just a patch on the breast, dark patch, and later it becomes hard, and the hardness is due to tumor, and the tumor spreads in the third stage throughout the breast, and the fourth stage is where metastasis occurs, and that stage you find the doctors say we have to remove the breast. It's better if you know, because when you can, before taking bath every day, you can see in the mirror what is the changes occurring on your breast, so that you can easily see whether there is cancer is there or not. And this can be easily treated with sandalwood oil. And the sandalwood oil you can apply even on the surface of the breast, and also through nipple it is possible, and also orally also it is possible through capsule, which I am making capsule now, so that capsule can be used only for about 15 days. That's enough. So that will cure your cancer problem. Prostate cancer. So this is one of the common cancer found in the men after 50 years or even before. And I was a victim of prostate cancer and suffered very much. And urine use was not coming, and I used to get blood clot within the system, and I was suffering like that. And later I had to be on catheter for about 1 month. And later I started taking sandalwood oil, and now I am free from cancer. No cancer in the body at all. And I have also given to many patients, and it is proved that it is possible to cure them. And this is where you find the cancer in the prostate, which can easily be cleared with sandalwood oil. Otherwise, what happens if you don't clear cancer within the body? Kidney is going to be affected, and it is a sure death of a patient after some time. It is having inflammatory properties. Inflammatory properties is one of the greatest properties of any disease that occurs on the human being, on the skin, which can be controlled. And even psoriasis is one of the common disease we found on human beings, and most of them suffer during winter, and they feel it's very difficult to live with psoriasis. And by application of sandalwood oil with the coconut oil on the topical surface, it can be cleared within about 25 days. And I have given to patients who have been suffering for more than 15 years, taking different allopathy and Ayurveda chemicals, where they could not find cure. And I am very happy that they have been cured and they are very safe now. So these are the psoriasis problem that you get on the skin, and it will be very irritating. It can come on any part of the body. It can be on the skin, leg or face, anywhere, and that can be treated with sandalwood oil, with coconut oil. Skin cancer is also one of the major factors you find in most of the United States and also in UK. You find many people suffering from skin cancer. And for skin cancer, even by the topical application of sandalwood oil along with coconut oil while we take it, because sandalwood oil we cannot treat directly. It should be taken through a carrier oil. Either you can take coconut oil or you can take almond oil, and we can apply on the topical surface of the affected portion, and within 30 days you will be free from all the problems. And lung cancer is also one of the common cancer that we find, and even lung cancer also can be easily cured with sandalwood oil by taking in the form of capsule. Or you can even take about 3 to 4 drops of sandalwood oil directly on the mouth and swallow it through either hot water and cold water, and in about 15 days you will find better results. Even liver problem. For liver problem, we prepare sandalwood tea. Sandalwood tea we prepare with the leaf of sandalwood powder. Along with the tea powder, we mix it, boil it, filter it, and consume it as a tea. And that is as safe as any medicine. And it is definitely going to give you cure, and you don't get any cirrhosis later. It is antiviral also. Most of the herpes also can be treated with sandalwood oil. And herpes is due to, so there are 2 nucleic acids. One is DNA and second one is RNA. So disoxynucleic acid and ribonucleic acid. And most of the animal viruses are due to RNA. And most of the plant viruses are due to DNA. And these RNA virus can be suppressed by using sandalwood oil. And even I suggested to Government of India when we had COVID, and for COVID is also due to RNA virus. And this sandalwood oil taken in a very small dose, you can never get COVID in your life. That's one of the preventive method. And Government of India said, yeah, it's a good thing that we have to think of, we will take it up. They never took it. See, based on the evidence that we have seen here, I find there is no need for chemotherapy and no need for surgery in the initial stages. So it is really a preventive measure. So what I feel is, having worked on sandalwood for about 60 years, that saved my life. I want to save the people's life with sandalwood oil as far as possible. And here is this was in a video, and video was not working. I have to show this here. See, cancer is not a disease. And only people and the doctors make you fool that you are having cancer, you are going to die. Cancer is not a disease. Cancer is a deficiency of B17, like B12. So, if you take B17 material, possessing material, it is possible to cure cancer. And most of the pharmaceutical companies, when they wrote a book in Mexico, World Without Cancer, How to Treat Cancer, United States banned this book. They never published this book. And they never even translated the book to other languages. Because this contains the true story of cancer. So taking advantage of this world cancer, our people are making huge money. Huge money. Because each chemotherapy costs about 75,000 rupees and the doctors get almost about 20%. So they always advise, go for chemotherapy. And chemotherapy, you can't take only one, you should take minimum five doses. So 5 doses means about 5 lakhs. And out of 5 lakhs, doctor gets about 1.5 lakhs. So why should he take sandalwood oil when he gets easy money? How to prevent cancer? These are the materials which can help you to prevent cancer. The apricots and seeds of even apple and the seeds of even pomegranate and papaya, that is going to help even to prevent cancer. And all the grains also contains vitamin B17, and that will help you to clean cancer. And mulberry is one of the best medicine for cancer. So mulberry juice, if you take about 10 days, whatever cancer is there in your body will disappear in no time. And all kernels of bitter almonds and Indian almonds do contain B17. And even Mexico produced one of the medicines called Litrail 17 plus, and it helps to prevent cancer almost about 90%. But our pharmacy people did not allow this to come to public. Even in America and also in United States and the UK, they have banned this. Because by using this, they are going to lose a lot of money. And actually, some of the bigger pharmaceutical companies are acting against this and then creating all problems. Because cancer is not a disease at all. And another chemical they produced, even amygdalina, and even this has been banned because this also has proved that it can prevent cancer. And even those who are having cancer also can be saved by this. So we have to find out what type of cancer is this, and depending on the type of cancer that we have to take different types of treatment. So this is what is happening. The colonizing world and the big cancer industry, they are making big business and making billions of income. And they are not allowing any of these traders to come to public so that they are going to lose a lot of money. So you please avoid chemotherapy. If you are taking these medicines, what is locally available, you can avoid chemotherapy. You can avoid anti-cancerous injections. And you can prevent yourself from all types of diseases. Thank you.
Sandalwood tree, is it a parasite?
It's a partial root parasite, and it cannot go alone. It has to be grown with another neighboring plant, and important plant as a neighboring plant, so that the farmers need not feel that they are going for 15 years. And the neighboring plants which we grow is of commercial value, like apple we can grow, tamarind we can grow, orange we can grow, and even drumstick we can grow, so that we will be getting regular income only. And the farmers will not feel burdened that you are doing for 15 years.
Sandalwood extracts nutrition from the neighboring plant.
Yes, it takes nutrition from the neighboring plant, and it takes only about 5%, so that the commercial value of the neighboring plant is reduced to only 5%, not much. And some of the plants like citrus, sandalwood is going to kill them.
Citrus kills sandalwood.
No, sandalwood kills citrus. And also pomegranate, because many people have grown pomegranate on the sandalwood, and pomegranate is also killed by sandalwood.
Where do we get pure sandalwood?
You get pure sandalwood oil from Karnataka soaps and utensils, where they make Mysore sandalwood soap. And also there is one agency in near Cunningham Road. It is called Vidu Essential Oil Company. They make pure sandalwood oil. But don't buy any sandalwood oil from handicaps, because it is not a pure sandalwood oil, and it is more synthetic.
11.
Because synthetic one is usually based with ethanol, and it is bad for health. So pure sandalwood oil is necessary.
It is more expensive also, sir, in handicrafts.
No, I think sandalwood oil is almost about 2 lakhs per kg, and they are sold in 10 ml bottle. 10 ml bottle in KSL costs about 6,000 rupees, whereas in Cunningham distillation clinic you get only about 2 lakh, 2,000 rupees to 10 ml. And I am making capsule there. I am sorry I could not, forgot to give capsule. So I can make capsule, and that can be taken easily. There will be no problem.
If it can cure eczema and psoriasis, it will be like saving the world.
Sure, definitely. I have served many psoriasis patients and also eczema patients.
What we have seen is treatment of for eczema and psoriasis is a cancer drug called methotrexate, or steroids are used. So now even if the disease doesn't kill the patient, many a times medicines have killed the patient because of liver damage and other issues. If eczema and psoriasis can be cured, sir, with this, it will be a wonderful drug.
No, it is really wonderful. And I have the literature where all these clinical trials have been made in the United States.
Yes, sir.
3 Indian scientists have done most of the work, and it is really working well. And for eczema, I am preparing one medicine called coal tar ointment, where the coal tar with salicylic acid, zinc oxide, and starch and vaseline. And it's going to be extremely good for eczema.
Eczema.
Yes.
But like as you said, chemotherapy, it might be expensive, but at least it will not save the patient.
Definitely.
It is only just postponing the patient by another 2-3 months, that is all.
Yes,
And the amount of pain and side effects they undergo is worse than the death itself.
No, actually sandalwood oil is going to suppress the effect of the chemotherapy. So even if you are giving chemotherapy along with the sandalwood oil, all the bad effects that is going to happen for a person is going to be reduced.
No, but in the first place, chemotherapy itself is wrong. And people don't get cured of cancer with chemotherapy.
It is only postponement.
It was only postponement, that is all.
And not necessary also.
Not necessary.
But because nursing homes have to make money,
True, that
they
is
are
there.
advising that you should go for chemotherapy and also for anti-cancer injection.
I know. It
Because
is.
anti-cancer injection is about 25,000 rupees.
Drug lobby is working very hard to pass their drugs. They will suppress all these vital information, sir.
Yeah, because even that you have to take minimum about once in 3 months, and each injection is about 25,000 rupees.
True, sir.
And it's very expensive. But I can cure you in just 2,000 rupees. It's possible.
ಬೇರೆ ಯಾರನ್ನ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ ಸರ್ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಸರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ
ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಅನ್ನ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಬನ್ನಿ. ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. 1938ನೇ ಉಪನ್ಯಾಸಕ್ಕೆ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ HS ಅನಂತಪದ್ಮನಾಭ, ಸೀನಿಯರ್ ಸೈಂಟಿಸ್ಟ್, ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ವುಡ್ ಸೈನ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿ, ಬೆಂಗಳೂರು. ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಆಲ್ಟರ್ನೇಟ್ ಮೆಥಡ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸರ್ ಕ್ಯೂರ್. Alternate methods are very important. For example, alternate methods of electricity we are looking for from wind ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಅದು ಹೈಡ್ರೋಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ಕು, ಸೋಲಾರು. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ವೇರಿಯಸ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ಸ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಲುಕಿಂಗ್ ಫಾರ್ ದ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಜನ್ರೇಷನ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ವೇರಿಯಸ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ಸ್. ಅದೇ ತರಹ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸರ್ ಟ್ರೀಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಗೂ ಸಹ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಮೆಥಡನ್ನು ನಾವು ಆಶ್ರಯಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಇವರು ಸ್ಯಾಂಡ್ಲ್ವುಡ್ ಆಯಿಲ್ ಟ್ರೀಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು. ಪ್ರಾಯಶಃ ಇಟ್ ಮೇ ಬಿ ಗುಡ್ ದಿಸ್ ಒನ್, ಬಟ್ ಹೌ ಫಿಸಿಯಾಲಜಿ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಅದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಇನ್ನೂ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಬನ್ನಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೆಲ್ ಡಿವಿಷನ್ನ ಹೇಗೆ ಪ್ರಿವೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನು ಪ್ರಾಯಶಃ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಉಪನ್ಯಾಸಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಅವರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ತಾನೇ ನಮ್ಮ ಕಾರ್ಯದರ್ಶಿಗಳಾದ ಶ್ರೀ ಶಿವಾರೆಡ್ಡಿ ಅವರು ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅವರಿಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲರ ಪರವಾಗಿ ಸ್ವಾಗತವನ್ನು ಕೋರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ವೀಕ್ 31ನೇ ತಾರೀಕು ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಶುಭಾ ಮಧು, ಕ್ಲಿನಿಕಲ್ ಸೈಕಾಲಜಿಸ್ಟ್, ಅವರು ನ್ಯಾವಿಗೇಟಿಂಗ್ ದ ಜನರೇಷನಲ್ ಅಬೇಸಿಸ್, ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೋರಿಂಗ್ ಸೈಕಲಾಜಿಕಲ್ ಆಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್. ಭಾಳ ಒಳ್ಳೆಯ ಉಪನ್ಯಾಸ. ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳು ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ ಇದನ್ನು ಸುದ್ದಿ ತಲುಪಿಸಿ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿನ ಸಂಖ್ಯೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಬನ್ನಿ. 2940ನೇದು 7th ಫೆಬ್ರವರಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. AR ಶಿವಕುಮಾರ್, ಫಾರ್ಮರ್ ಸೀನಿಯರ್ ಸೈಂಟಿಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ವಾಟರ್ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಅಡ್ವೈಸರ್. He is from IISc Bengaluru. He is a very well known ವಾಟರ್ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಸೈಂಟಿಸ್ಟ್. ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಅವ್ರ ಮನೆಯೂ ಕೂಡ ವಾಟರ್ ಕನ್ಸರ್ವೇಷನ್ಗೋಸ್ಕರ ಡಿಸೈನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಕಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ತುಂಬ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅವರು. ಸೈಂಟಿಫಿಕ್ ಇನೋವೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ಡೈಲಿ ವಾಕ್ ಆಫ್ ಲೈಫ್, ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಅವರು ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಇವತ್ತು ನಾವು ವೋಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ಸನ್ನು ಸಂಪೂರ್ಣವಾಗಿ ಹೇಳೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಮುಂಚೆ ಅತಿಥಿಗಳಿಗೆ ಒಂದು ಗೌರವವನ್ನು ಸಮರ್ಪಣೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾಯಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ನಮ್ಮ ಕಾರ್ಯದರ್ಶಿಗಳು ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಬಂದು ಮಾಡಿಕೊಡ್ಬೇಕು. ಮೇಡಮ್, ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಯಶಸ್ವಿಯಾಗಿ ನಡೆಸಿಕೊಟ್ಟಂಥ ಸಂಪನ್ಮೂಲ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಗಳಿಗೆ ನಿಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರ ಪರವಾಗಿ, ನ್ಯಾಷನಲ್ ಎಜುಕೇಷನ್ ಸೊಸೈಟಿ ಪರವಾಗಿ, ಬೆಂಗಳೂರು ಸೈನ್ಸ್ ಫಾರಂ ಪರವಾಗಿ ಮತ್ತು ಬಂದಿರತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಎಲ್ಲರ ಪರವಾಗಿ ಹೃತ್ಪೂರ್ವಕವಾದ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳನ್ನು ಸಮರ್ಪಿಸುವ ಮುಖಾಂತರ ಮುಕ್ತಾಯಗೊಳಿಸ್ತಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು. ಓಕೆ, ಅಲ್ಲ ಇವರು ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗಿರ್ತಾರೆ ಟೀಚರ್ಸಿಗೆ ಬರೋಕ್ಕೆ.